veteran team. Anything less than qualifying for TI is a big disappointment.
Sure.
They've invested a lot into this team, especially Ice Ice Ice, literally funding it out of his own pocket. They don't even have sponsors, so
That's
financially, it's a bit of added pressure for him. And they really just have this event, whereas Clutch Gamers, assuming they go to all those other events, they'll have some follow-up opportunities to really stake their claim. So if anything, I almost feel like there's more pressure for Faceless, despite the fact that they're the more veteran experienced team. But here we go. Action is going to break out. Quick, fast, and hurry. And already Clutch Gamers are finding XY in the trees. Bristleback could be in a little bit of trouble here. This is some heavy aggression early on. Gabby coming in, giving him lots of damage. The crowd losing their minds. And XY losing his life.
So you notice there, this is what Clutch Gamer always do. They generally just give the kills. So they could have easily grabbed the first blood, but they made sure Gabby took like 2 to 3 extra physical hits just to get it. And you're going to see that they're going to give Armel that special treatment as well.
Yeah, the pressure continues as Rappy will get chased a bit here in the bottom lane, but it's an Abaddon, not an easy kill. So a clean first blood, grabbed by Clutch Gamers. They're going to run the Abaddon safe lane solo, it looks like, not getting any help, so we'll see how he performs, but imagine he gets zoned, still gets his levels. And then on the flip side, I mean, they're running this aggressive tri-lane. For now, no real signs that the Bristol's getting help. Perhaps the IO will make the rotation.
Yeah, this is a very strong aggressive tri-lane because once you get that Troll Warlord, maybe level 3 or 4, you give him that phase boots, then you free up the Clutch Gamer supports. They can start roaming mid, and I think Bristleback will continue to lose the lane by himself. Okay, I say Troll Warlord, excuse me, that's actually a Timbersaw on the off lane, but same theory applies, right? Once he gets the quick levels, he is going to dominate Bristleback.
Yeah, especially if he gets that early help, but rotations are coming in. This will not be a 2v1. He will have the assistance. His Nuts shows his pretty mug in the top lane. Could prove to be the zoner. We'll see if he can find any openings. He's immediately going in on a fly solo. Very aggressive move by him as Jabs joins the fray as well. Tethering forward onto XY. They're going to make the move onto Gabby here. But Boobax wants to turn around and quickly the damage pumped out. Gabby stays alive. The kills are stacking up. They're not particularly high level though. And in the end, Gabby has overextended. He'll fall. Boobax could well be next. This is looking a little dicey. The Clutch Gamers feeling the adrenaline in the crowd and maybe overestimating how much damage they can dish out.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Clutch Gamer made it go so early because they really need level 2s and level 3s to be very effective in this lane, whereas I believe Faceless, all they needed was what they had there. Their heroes do get better at level 2, but not as much as Clutch Gamers do. So I was surprised that they actually made it go on that one.
So this lane is sure to be full of action. Elsewhere, it looks like in the end we are going to settle into 1v1 matchup. So Black playing the OD mid up against the Troll. How do you feel about this matchup? And then our final 1v1 in the bottom lane, it's an Abaddon taking on a Sand King.
So for the mid lane, I think OD is slightly advantaged. You get the Astral, you get the Deny. Top lane looks like Gabby is going to face a little bit of pressure, but he should be fine here. But I think, like I mentioned earlier, once Phase Boot comes out for Troll Warlord, he gets a little bit better. And as for the bottom lane, I think that's Sand King advantage, although that could be debated depending how well the players play.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I would expect with Caustic, he should be able to pull ahead in a true 1v1. We do see early on a lot of denies for OD, and perhaps a nice benefit, like kind of a mini buff to the hero. Good deny if the rune there by Jabs. Is that denies are more important in this patch, and OD with Astral is pretty damn good at securing them.
Yep. Now, the one thing I haven't actually mentioned so far is that Faceless traditionally is not an IO team. I believe this is their first IO game in like 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, I know Winter actually, I think he talked to me about a Kiev and he was saying he would have liked to see them run it. Jabs just shows his versatility picking the hero up for the team, but Gabby now being forced back. XY starting to stack up the quills as he mounts the pressure, but not quite enough for kill. Boomax coming in a bit of a flanking angle, won't commit onto Jabs. Yep. Yeah, Jabs is definitely, aside from his carry play, is also known for his IO back when the team used to run it more.
So in the broad scope of things, it looks pretty bad for Clutch Gamer because they're technically losing out on all 3 lanes. We talked about the matchup advantage on the 2 solo lanes, and right now Clutch Gamer is not having the 3v3 going in their favor as well. So if Faceless will hold this momentum and this tempo, they should be able to kind of eke out a relatively big advantage after they skip the laning phase.
Gabby getting confident here, gets aggressive as well with the pass coming out. The fall of Malady is there, great crush, but not enough for the kill. Nut stays alive, charging in a little bit of that old MVP legacy living on with him. A follow-up crush from Boobax. Will he have enough damage for the kill? No! These Nuts will eventually fall, but he manages to secure the additional kill, and now Gabby staying alive through it all. XY, though, with full mana can continue to apply pressure. I think my concern, Lumi, is that it's such a good Timber game against 4 out of these 5 heroes, but he's not really getting that much top. He's only got 9 CS. I don't think it's that good of a Timber game if you're behind, but if he's farmed, he's a beast with 4 strength heroes. So I do wonder if they should be prioritizing his farm more.
I mean, a true statement for every Timber game, right? If you exit the lane stage with 0 and 4, with like 20 CS, you're not going to have a good game. And I'm really worried about that for Gabby. And I'm not sure whether Maledict was the correct level 2 choice for the Witch Doctor, because I felt like Voodoo Restoration would have done a lot more, at least to get them out of that fight. But Gabby going hard here.
I mean, like you said, Clutch Gamers is known for their aggression, and certainly Maledict, more aggressive choice. Nuts comes in, he will connect on the charge, but just more securing the Bristleback's retreat than anything else. So the lanes are shuffling now. They're going to leave Gabby alone top. And they start to rotate to try to protect this bottom lane where the Abaddon has been having a hard time against Sandcane. And, well, that hard time's about to get a whole lot harder. Rappy tries to run away. The Caustic going to slow him down a little bit. And with that slow, should be enough for the kill. We'll have a follow-up Burrow Streak momentarily, as long as he doesn't whiff it, and he won't. Man, just a devastating start here. Ice, 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 as you would expect in the matchup, dominating. Yeah,
Ice Ice is one of the best 1v1 off laners. You don't generally see him in that situation because most teams do put 3 players on him. But when he does get it here, he is looking pretty hot. Gabby pressuring up top, but
he's going to try to turn this fight. The Whirling Blade comes out. He sticks around and Boomback destroys the prey. Needs to fight Nuts if they're going to look for a kill opportunity, but one will not be forthcoming. Well, meanwhile, Ice 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 trying to do that economic damage. Will tank the Shockwave. Follow-up comes through, but the Burrow counter initiation. Maledict is on Ice Ice Ice. He's going to get pretty low, even with the tether heal. Another shield might be enough. No, Fly Solo goes down. Now he can turn the other way. Ratby suddenly finds himself in danger. The Burrow's there. Timed right as the crush comes through. Jabs will drop. Ratby still trying to secure that crucial kill on Ice Ice Ice. Boomback's going to have a crush soon. He will connect. The shield's still there. They might be able to turn it. No, he gets to the low ground, but actually jukes back the other way. He stays near the shield. Can they keep the vision? They do. They do, but the heal might come through. No, in time. Not in time. Jabs will end up going down. It's still the pressure on the Jab. Jabs is going to drop again in this fight. 2 deaths for him. Just complete implosion from Faceless in the bottom lane.
I think that little cow mark on top of the Abaddon's head baited them all in. They're like, okay, we got Bristleback coming, but he was so far away. And now with all the pressure off of Gabby, he gets the true 1v1 that he wanted. And even though XY had the advantage in lane, I think he's okay with that. I think Timbersaw will beat him in that 1v1.
Meanwhile, Black is like, he's playing his dream game. This is like playing anti-mage when he's uncontested, you know, just hitting creeps, 51 and 22.
Well, yesterday he had a Shadowfiend game where he had like an Alchemist network bar. It was so big.
Oh, Gabby looking for the big plays, doesn't have the point of Timber Chain yet. He's going to have the Chakra pulling down. He finds XY, secures the solo kill, and much needed as he was not CSing particularly well. He will make it out. And he gets to the shrine too, so he can stick around in the lane.
Black.
Oh, that ain't happening. Man, Gabby really pushing it to the limit.
Yep. So the one definitely good spot for Faces still, like you mentioned, Black is doing amazingly in the mid lane. Any quick item that you think he's going to be getting? He does have the Force Staff queued up. You think this is the correct choice in this situation?
Yeah, I think Force Staff's good here. Kiting gives them some initiation, because other than that, it's really just the Sand King. You can't rely on the Spirit Breaker charge necessarily, so I think it's a safe pickup and upgrades well later, transitions well later in the game. Gabby, meanwhile, though, duking out as Boombax comes in. There's the crush. Only connects on one. The chase goes the other way. The OD hammering into Gabby. This is a big kill and a heavy commitment. Faceless will secure it, bringing that Timbersaw down.
Bottom lane looks like Abaddon is going to get a charge out of him, but they should see the...
This is C Dota, man. 13 kills. We are 8 minutes in. This brings me back, Lumi.
All right, that's going to get canceled.
I'm just cracking up at the Tagalog cast. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But meanwhile, Astral's going to set things up in the mid lane. While bottom, Rappy trying to go on Ice Ice Ice. He's in a lot of danger, though, quite low. Ice 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 might re-engage momentarily. Black has the hammer, chooses not to drop it just yet. Making it quite enough damage. While meanwhile, Nuts, Gabby rejoins the fray. The next shot, he's going to grab a haste. He can squirm his way out, come back in, look for the crush on Jabs, potentially try to kill the IO here. Maybe get material crush, but no, great banish by Black is going to prevent that initiation. Gabby won't be able to save Fly Solo, but looks to engage. He's low on mana, though. Black sapping it repeatedly with the charge. They will get the vision needed. They secure the kill. Another death for the Timber. this Timber is going to need farm to be impactful later. I feel like he's overcommitting to these fights.
Same thing with Tro. I mean, you mentioned about Timber playing from behind. I think historically Tro needs to be ahead as well, or at least even.
Wait, there's a troll in this game?
I mean,
it doesn't feel like it, right? Because he's just kind of been
LD, you're going too deep right now. I know you're L deep, but all right, top lane.
You can never go too deep, Lumi.
That's true. That's true.
A wise man once said. Okay, well, I'm not sure things will settle down, but while we have just a tiny moment, like, I look at the Timbersaw not really having a great start. He's 4-3-1, he's getting good experience from the kills, but net worth is not exactly there. Meanwhile, OD is free farming, and OD is the one hero that can deal with the Timbersaw if he gets ahead. So
and the Tro. I mean, if you see him popping the O, you just Astro him.
Yeah.
Suddenly, his O is wasted. So.
And they have a lot of control for Troll this game between Spirit Breaker, even when he gets a BKB. You already have the Bristleback who's just like tanky and annoying to deal with, can lock on him with Goo and limit him in fights, and they have Disable from Sand King. So I don't feel like the Troll can really take over on his own in this match.
No, I don't think so. And if you talk about control, if you look at the flip side, where is the control for Clutch Gamer? You're depending pretty much on a Slaughter and the cast from Witch Doctor, which is not too reliable. You're trying to use that against defensive relocate and Astro. I feel like Clutch Gamer is going to have a hard time getting kills in mid game.
Take a breath. At least a short one. Faceless, though, wasting no time and applying additional pressure. They're going to go for a deep jungle invasion as they plunge through the Clutch Gamers' woods. Let's see where they wrap around. It seems like Clutch Gamers may have anticipated this. They do have a ward in the area, and they now smoke. They're going to rotate towards the top side, it appears. XY, not a solo kill, but with the backup of the Slardar, they might be able to bring him down.
Control Warlord is also in the neighborhood. I wonder if they're going to wait for him. Probably not.
They're giving up a tower for this, and the rotation comes out. A quick flurry of TPs. They bring him down to about half HP, but now the Io's there, and they have to back away. Fortunately, Ice does not have a blink just yet, but he does have the move speed, and in comes Duns, charging forward. The chain's not on the mark. He gets interrupted anyway, then they burrow through. They've got the follow-up damage to bring Gabby low. Can they finish the job? Decent crunch at the center. Swing and a miss from Ice. And it looks like he'll make it away. Boombacks too. So a good retreat. Clutch Gamers disengage. Though that mid tower, I think, took quite a beating in the meanwhile. Actually did end up going down, yeah.
I mean, like you said, it was such a risky play for Clutch Gamer to go for that kill, and they don't even get it, not even close, and they lose the mid tower. So to me, this is Black's game. He had the start that he needs. He has the advantageous hero in this particular game. I'm expecting him to hard carry his team now, and he's
had free farm. The Troll's been in the woods half the time.
Right.
They haven't really done anything to apply pressure, and that was the beauty of the 5th pick OD, is there wasn't really any way they were going to beat OD. Like, if you put the Timbersaw mid, he's going to have a hard time. Troll's going to have a hard time. They don't want to give the Bristleback free farm, and he's strong 1v1 against most of these heroes, so it was kind of a rock and a hard place, and you would expect the OD to have a good start, but this is a fantastic beginning for Black.
Now, earlier you were asking me what is my prediction for this game in this series, and I confidently said 2-0 CG.
It's okay, Lumi.
No.
The Davids are not very good at predictions.
No, I'm still going to back this up. Clutch Gamer are in this spot all the time. They're always behind the first 15 minutes, and they just somehow have a magical team fight in the 30, 40-minute mark. So look for that Clutch Gamer moment. They do tend to clutch it out in the end. We'll
right.
see if they...
well, let's see if they live up to the name.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you feel like... I kind of feel like there's a bit of nerve showing with this game, like over-committing on the rotation.
Sure.
Like, as the crowd starts to roar, they're just like, let's fight, kill, let's go, play aggressive, balls to the wall, but... the game does slow down a bit now. They're going to make their move towards mid. They'll group up with the Troll here, and they will begin to push Solar Crest now. Or sorry, the Medallion now online, so they can commit to that siege a little bit further. Gabby applying pressure to XY up top, but now the rotation comes in. Nuts there with the charge. The cast's going to bounce, and now the OD. Did they go? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, to me that move from Clutch Gamer is a bit of like desperation here. Like they just want to make anything happen. Just go down mid and try to get a tower. But top lane here,
Gabby though have the mobility with the IO relocate potentially to work with, as well as the charge. You really have to be careful about playing, about ping-ponging around the map too much. So Gabby looking to move in now on XY. They get the cast initiation. Epicenter position very far back. The Epicenter comes through. It's a beauty from Ice. Chunks 3 low. The hammer drops. And between the anvil and the hammer, Clutch Gamers are absolutely crushed. 3 dead. going to be 4 once Rappy gets finished off here. It really is a disaster up top, Lumi.
Yeah, I mean, going on a Bristleback again, that's the designated hero. If Faceless could choose one person to be gone on, it's XY's Bristleback every single time.
All right, well, I'm waiting for that comeback.
I mean, it ain't happening until the Slaughter gets his Blink Dagger, which is really good for Faceless, right? They have these 2 high tempo support in the form of Io and the Spear Breaker, and they're forcing fight constantly. Slaughter has to keep up with them, so he never gets the time to actually get that 5-minute free farm that you always see Slaughter's player get. So I think the strategy here from Faceless is very sound.
Yeah, meanwhile, Ice already has his key initiation and is constantly diving into the fray. Full Hurricane Pike now complete. This is going to make life really tough for the Timbersaw, and it already felt like he was having a hard time, but now it gets a whole lot harder. Faceless going to slow down, look to play that economy game, farming up the Ancients, and they've got the Bristleback to quickly kill them off, but Ice will engage. Blink Burrow forward on the Boombacks. I believe they have the charge coming in, but a bit too far to dive with that tier 1, so they'll let him go, but you can still see the pressure is constantly there. Actually, they're looking to re-engage. Boombac's not going to be able to get off the crush. He gets focus fired and brought down. So Faceless, make him think everything's okay. Ice kind of baits him into a false sense of security by rotating back, and then they pounce. That's
actually super smart, because when the Sankey keeps chasing, support TP is going to come, but the charge completes, I'll relocate that. Is that the first one we've seen this game?
I believe so,
yeah. And that is super effective here. Charge up top. No relocate back up for this one, but we'll try to scare him away.
And Faceless definitely applying a lot of pressure on the map. You see Clutch Gamers a bit restricted in their movements as Ice looks to get the party started. A little do-do-do likely coming to a theater near you mid. Finds the solo, kill and fly solo with Nuts. Well, adding some moral support to the gang. I mean, now they're going to transition into a potential push. Looks like, or at least thinking about it, the Bristleback will be the siege engine. I guess that's one thing to mention, Lumi. Faceless are not very good at taking structures. They only have the Bristle to hit buildings.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the lead that MP had, right, in game 1 of the series that you casted. They had a Bristle, and T8 historically very good at taking tower. Even then, in that game, it took them forever. Now you don't even have the T8 here, so how is Faceless going to break high ground?
That's, I think, the game plan for Clutch Gamers at this point is just try and dodge fights as much as possible, farm, and I don't know if you can fully turtle up, though. If you give up every outer tower, they have nobody who can really safely leave the base, aside from maybe Timbersaw. The thing is, you're up against Spirit Breaker IO, right? So even if you get a BKB, you could still be charged, relocate, ganked, and if you're not able to TP out in time, you're dead.
Maybe Abaddon could leave too, but I mean, how much farm is he going to get by leaving the base?
He almost has to take that risk, and he'll probably die just so the other cores can also farm. Again, Ice, applying pressure. This time, though, he is very much on his own, but the relocate's ready to go again. He's got backup coming. There's the Sentry Ward. Cast comes out. Where's the relocate? Does he get any support? Team! Where's my team?
Oh, he's baiting. Team is coming from the back line here, and they're going to go straight on the Timbersaw. The hammer is prepped up. Will it be dropped? Oh my god, they're going to get blistered from all sides. Ultimate is going to be committed here from Abaddon. Abaddon on the run. Again, the hammer is at the ready. Will it get dropped?
I don't think he needs it here. He can just hit him with a rubber mallet, and Rappy's likely in trouble. The Goose slows him down. It continues to be stolen. A follow-up charge. Nuts knows how to play this kind of Dota. Fearless, running at you. Oh man, brings you back to the old MVP days when Korean Dota was relevant.
I mean, ironically, when it was those days, he was playing the Witch Doctor. I really like this look when he's just going in hard and having Japs play the hard
Gabby
fight.
actually got denied by the Newts there, it looks like. But
okay.
I mean, still for Faceless, he's not farming, right? And he's not coming back into this game without either kills or a lot of me time.
Oh, this is definitely not a good look here for Clutch Gamer. Might be a very early GG. And again, walking into this game too, like the morale might be the most important for Clutch Gamer. Are they crushed in that department?
I mean, it started off so emotional for the team. Like, they get the first blood, the crowd's going absolutely bonkers. You can hear the casters really getting into it. They just keep on taking fights. So when you have that big emotional high early in the game, and then let's assume it continues this way and they go on to lose it, that can really throw you for a loop. You suddenly feel like very drained, a little overwhelmed by the magnitude of the moment. So it will be a good test of their stability as a team. Like, do they have that calm voice in the room to bring them back down, get them refocused? Not over yet by any means, though. It is very Faceless favored. 8,000 gold lead with an OD that's out of control in a game where he is just super well matched up to deal with them.
Yeah, and we're getting to a point where damage starts to become a concern. I mean, you saw them jumping the Bristleback, which is not even don't even think about that anymore. That's not going to happen. Io's about to finish a mech. And when Io has a mech finish, I don't think Clutch Gamer could kill anybody in between mech, tether, Astro, all the stuns that
they have so many ways to disengage or reset fights, whether it's the relocate, the Bristleback just being super tanky, the OD has the Hurricane Pike. You have the Spearbreaker who can charge out of the fight. You don't want to go on him anyway. So yeah, there's no good target to jump, like aside from just catching the Sand King out if you can focus him down. But here begins the initiation on Rappy. Is going to maybe be forced to use the borrowed time pretty early in this fight. The Blink Crush to try and allow him to disengage. So Boombax is going to take the bolt instead. And now it's on to Rappy, who will be banished, put aside, take a nap, says Black, and then they come back with an epicenter. They will crush him. I mean, Faceless it feels like Kobe playing with the high schoolers on the playground right now, Lumi. This just doesn't seem fair.
And all these kids are getting dunked because it is not looking good for Clutch Gamers. Score is 10-18, but
meanwhile, top lane, relocate, and Troll will make it out of there. We have not seen much of the Troll this game.
No.
They had the one time where they're like, let's group up as 4 mid. That's been it. I feel like he's not even a hero in this game.
And normally when Troll has a really tough game like this, I think Shadow Blade becomes a choice to kind of split push, but you can't even do that against a Spirit Breaker because when he charges, he has vision of you constantly.
And then you have the Blink relocate with the Sand King and the IO, so you're not likely to get out of those gangs. And what do you go item-wise? You kind of have to get a BKB.
You have to.
But Spirit Breaker is going to largely waste that. Bristle still hits you pretty hard during that time. And worst case scenario, the OD can always banish whoever you're focusing. So when you're behind like this, it's really a tough Troll game to have an impact.
Yeah,
you're just a walking ultimate in a lot of ways.
I think Clutch Gamer has to pray for Faceless mistakes. I think this game is already out of their hand. They have to just basically play as best as they could inside their base, and hopefully Faceless just dives to tier 4 or something and starts something there.
This game, it really feels like it's been put at 1.5 or 2 times speed. 28 kills in 21 minutes. Faceless just already looking to threaten the inner tier 2s and potentially even break the base. After that secret NP series, it feels like it feels like a different version of Dota almost. Yep, such a change in tempo. So Faceless move in now. The big initiation from Black attempted, doesn't quite get off the Astral Imprisonment, but he will force the Timber away, and Timber is not running at OD anymore. That is for damn sure.
You can see on the minimap that currently Clutch Gamer is trying to get a bait kill on the bottom side. Threat, hoping that somebody will TP here.
So Spirit Breaker's going to charge. They're going to TP one hero in at the tier 2, and then they'll relocate. Maybe one even at the tier 1 directly. All of a sudden, there's 4 heroes bottom, so you got to be careful of your Clutch Gamers.
Relocate coming in.
And now they make their move, the Burrow Strike. Oh, they get the banish to start things off, so there'll be at least 1 kill this day. And it's onto a juicy target. The Troll bites the dust. He is going BKB. Kind of feels like he has to, but again, it's not a game where, oh, you get BKB, now you can take the fights.
That's where my good friend Andy Styles will say a game-losing
BKB.
Top lane.
Gabby out of mana now, and Black looking to apply additional pressure. He will get clipped by the Crush here. Can they do anything to him? One thing, Io, he just doesn't care. He's running only one direction. The charge is coming in. Forward. Now the sideline swipe. Ice coming in, locking down Boombax, gets the Urn off, gonna bring him low. Meanwhile, they're able to deal with Rappy, but he gets one auto tech for Black that heals him up almost a third of his HP. As the borrowed time wears off, the pain's gonna set in though. Rappy being forced back, nuts with an additional charge. Woo! This is our base now, says Black. Slaughters them with the OD ult. Nuts taking some damage, but they can't even really kill the Spirit Breaker. Finally, Rappy able to bring him down from beyond the grave.
I think Black actually had Astro there, but I mean, he was going to be stuck under that position regardless, so.
Wants Nuts to chill out.
Yep. Well, we talked about them not having good base siege heroes. Doesn't matter when everybody's dead.
When you're this far ahead, it really doesn't matter. So Clutch Gamers let Faceless into their home. Faceless not respecting that residence for long. They just start quickly tearing the establishment apart.
Yeah, they're just super rude. They didn't even knock. They just barge in.
I'll take some of this, I'll take some of that, and then just smash the windows on their way out for good measure. Not very polite guests.
At least they left them the shoelace. That range rack's still alive right now, so they got something for a cold winter.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to last for too long.
Well, you know,
how do you catch your breath if you're clutch gamers at this point? Like, I mean, already you've got to be thinking about game 2, even if you're not ready to GG out.
I think for Clutch, they've been, at least in this tournament, has been experimenting with a lot of different heroes. And to be fair, it's a new patch, so adapting is often the right move to do, but maybe it's time to try their old classic. You know, give me that Armel Invoker.
Okay.
You talk about, you know...
We saw Invoker earlier today. It did take a while for mid 1 to come online, though.
But he came online in a big way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was like 60 minutes. They had a 20K gold comeback, but we'll see as the next round of engagement breaks out. Faceless on the move. A beautiful crush, but do they have to follow down? They're going to try to lock down Black. They get a few bashes off, but they've got to keep on focusing. He pops his BKB. The epicenter just urges Faceless forward. Does really no damage at all, but it's moral support in the end. As the burrow comes through, they'll connect for another kill. Boomback's down. 2 fall. Courier's going to drop as well. As the Dire Courier died, had a Perseverance on it. Not a crucial item for now, but they've got to be reeling.
Yep. Shrines will get taken down. Faceless just extend their lead. I think they're just waiting for one more mistake, and they could close out this game.
They might not even need it if they're like patient about a siege. If you just keep the Bristle in front. OD while he has his BKB is not going to be a realistic kill, but it'll be a slow siege. Again, they're not great at killing buildings unless all 5 heroes are free to wail away.
I mean, they have overcharge, you know? Like you put that on OD, you could start hitting away.
That's some value right there, Lumi.
Oh, actually, now with the Blink and Hurricane Pike, Black could just blink in, find like Witch Doctor or anybody, right? And you pike him, and he's just dead. So I think that's actually a great way to start a siege if you want to go for that route. But
and with an Aegis and a BKB,
I mean,
not likely to be the target, although Aegis now going to expire. So if Faceless want to play this safe, they can wait for the next one. I mean, split pushing just got even harder. Ice 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 says that is not on the menu as he gets the Ags. So good luck running away from Faceless. The gap close is just absurd now.
This is a good time to say that I really appreciate the Aegis countdown timer. Thank you, Pim Buckle, for that technology. We have the tech.
And soon Valve will too.
Oh, man.
Faceless. Patient here. Showing X-Fly out in front, but they're waiting for the backup to arrive, although Spearbreaker's going to push out the top lane, so no real sense of urgency to take the fight.
I like how Clutch Gamer has all 5 there. They see a Bristle. They're like, well, I guess we'll just let him goo us up because we can't actually fight.
Give him that viscous nasal goo. That sounds like one of the grossest things there is. As Nuts finally joins the fray, they're going to get off the initial banish here. So they follow up on a Rappy. Oh, that's a bold move. Gabby, I'm not sure if it's going to pay off. Crushes, turns it around, potentially Ice 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 backing off. Looks like he wants to prep for the epicenter. Decent banish there, trying to buy time while Armel debuts his BKB. He's actually able to lock this OG down, keep him out of the fight. Black dropping quickly. Is this the miracle comeback? Luby, no! It's the painful, crushing turnaround from Ice Ice Ice. Just walked away in vision, prepped up the epicenter from the trees, and then came back in, and they were just all eyes on the OD.
Buyback's going to come out, and I do believe this is the beginning of the Ambrose strike inside the base, and Slaughter in a lot of trouble.
Chase continues, Boomback's on the run, dropping quickly. XY though being dealt with somewhat by this Timbersaw, needs a little bit of help from his friends to stay alive. Doesn't have the support of the IO who's rushing back to play, but the crush is there. The damage can be done. It's Ice 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 to the rescue. What a sick timing. He's able to save him with the burrow, and then they turn the fight around. Gabby with the blade mail, preventing Black from focusing, but as the blade mail ends, he can start to lay in with the orb auto attacks. They have lost that one lane already. They hold the line for now, Lumi, but the numbers are crushing them. They're now down by 20K gold.
I mean, looking back to the previous team fight where you got like half a second of hype, right? Like it looked like they were about to make some sort of stuff to happen. I think if they weren't down by like 15K, maybe if they're down 8K or 7K, they have a strong chance of winning that fight, and that's where Clutch Gamer really shine. They're really good at fighting from behind, but like you said, sometimes no matter how good you are, no matter how skilled you're at dodging nukes, when you're down by 15K, you're down by 15K.
Well, and now you're down by 20. Clutch Gamer's going the wrong way if they want to come back, but still definitely making a game out of it. And I think that showing the potential of the lineup, if, like you said, they had even a slightly better first 15 to 20 minutes.
Right.
So Faceless is going to reset here, and I imagine they're thinking twice about fully committing to a push without the Aegis. Though, as I say that, 3 of them marching down mid, but it looks like the real objective is this relocate onto top as they're going to move onto that slaughter, find bootbacks in the trees. The focus fire is there. He ain't going anywhere. Faceless find the opening kill, and that is a big hero remove from the fight. The only reason why they even almost killed the OD was the amp damage with the troll right-clicking the whole while. So without him, really no hope that he dies.
He also got a couple of lucky bashes in between. Like, if the stuns weren't there, I think could have easily Astral the troll, and that would be the end of that. So.
Well, he was BKB. So
or Astral himself. Though.
Yeah, you could Astral yourself. You could at least back away and try to reset the fight. But they're not going to overcommit here, and now something that will help deal with that Astral, or sorry, with that that Corrosive Haze, they do get the Shiva's Guard now on the OD.
Yep. And of course they already have the Lotus Orb on one of the allies, so they can pop it on black if they want to. Yeah, XY's got it.
Yeah, so they're really getting solutions to that physical damage, and without it, they're not killing an OD with BKB. That is never going to happen.
Yep. Roche gets checked here by Io. He pings it up. It's up. And, well, Faceless could easily take it anytime he wants.
And I think they want to take it as soon as possible. So Black going to blink, and then probably pike his way back towards the pit. Skips down the ramp, and he will be looking to grab the Aegis. Do Clutch Gamers, do they contest this? Do they risk leaving the base? Well, they only have a couple seconds to decide.
And I think it's already too late. I think the answer is no. Normally when you're behind, you feel like you need to win a fight at the, steal the Roche, kill them there, and you have a chance to make a comeback. They are so far behind. They're like in 3 different area code worth of behind that play is not even within their realm of possibility.
Oh, all is in the realm of possibility for Faceless, and meanwhile, as Nuts charges in, the relocate comes through. Poor Witch Doctor. Fly Solo is going to be sleeping solo at the well in a matter of seconds. Boombacks drops, and now Black turns his attention towards Armel, forcing him up and away. A clean pick, and still they look for more. Gabby has to chain up to safety. Faceless waiting for the creeps to march in.
And this is Aegis and Cheese, right? I don't know who has the Cheese, but they are not killing this OD twice. Io has the Cheese. Oh my god, Io with the Cheese is like 4 lives for the whole team.
So they march down mid. XY starting to work on the tier 3 tower. Does anybody initiate? You don't want to go on the Bristle, but I'm not sure how else you get into the fight. While Ice lurks, they do manage to get the Maledict up on XY. That's going to make them slightly more susceptible to Clutch Gamers moving in, but there's the Hurricane Pike initiation. Gabby pops the Blade Mail. That is going to prevent Black from laying in for damage. He has to be patient here, but now as the Blade Mail wears off, he can really get to work. Plays into Gabby a bit further. Armel, in the meanwhile, has to pop his BKB, but he's not hitting anyone during this time, and Nuts comes through. There's the charge initiation. He's going to get forced that back to safety. They completely waste these BKBs. Faceless starting to close in on the tier 3 tower. They swing away on the melee rack. Still XY at half HP and a bit more. Still Jabs with the relocate save available. Still Black holding onto his BKB. Faceless have all the weapons in the world they need. The only thing they don't have is the epicenter, but I mean, given the rate at which Ice is hitting them this game, I don't think they're particularly counting on it. The Blink Crush comes, but Black barely getting clipped. There's no follow damage just yet. He does drop fairly low during this time. He says no, get the hell away. Black is angry, out for vengeance. BKB, auto-attacking and just chewing through Clutch Gamers. And that's it. Faceless take it. They finish the job. Black ends it with an Ultra.